like a lot of other Americans, I'm sure people have been watching the Walker Scott video and what happened in South Carolina. I think I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about that. I don't think you can talk about immigration and not talk about race and how those two things are connected. It's been really interesting watching that whole thing play out. And what's been most fascinating to me as a journalist, journalism is my church, reporting is my religion, is a lot of news organizations have made the choice to not show the video because they think it's too violent. I don't know, like when we've done things, on Al-Qaeda, we've done some things on terrorists. We've shown some pictures and some videos. I think this is the kind of video, it was fascinating to watch it, tragic to watch it. And you're thinking how many other deaths have been caused just like that and we didn't catch because no one had video. And I think that's what technology is really allowing all of us to do, is to kind of bear witness to each other, and that's what that person did. That courageous person that turned that video in. And again, you wonder how many other deaths like that are happening and have happened, and we didn't even catch.
Unless I'm wrong, I think I read that he was an immigrant and feared for what he had captured when that video. Is that correct?
I'm trying, I'm a reporter, so I'm careful. I haven't read too much. I read it, but I need a second and third source. But yes, that's what I have heard. It's fascinating being in Georgia. Everything I learned about American history, I learned from what I read in school. And Georgia, to me, will always be the home of Martin Luther King. And you kind of really have to wonder, what would Martin Luther King think if he were living today and he would see what the state of Georgia is doing to its immigrants. The fact that in this state, undocumented students have no access to higher education. Thanks to Emory University that made that decision, I think it was like last week, 2 weeks ago, to give undocumented students access to scholarships. And the fact that undocumented people in the state who contribute to the economy of the state, who keep the economy of the state going, are not allowed to drive. And that many people are getting arrested and deported by the criminal act of driving to make sure that their kids get to school and that they get to work. So I think about Martin Luther King, and I think about what he said, which is that, the fact that our lives are interconnected, that injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere.